So hello and welcome to another SpringSnow Massage peer review edition. We're going over community service this time around. So my name is Gabriel SpringSnow. I'm a massage therapist in Eugene. And who are you?
So my name is Plaedo, the Raccoon Wizard, and it is a pleasure to be here, Gabriel.
Lovely.
Yeah.
What is community service, or what is your definition of community service?
My definition of community service is orienting oneself to a larger collective of people and orienting one's interest and motivations from the me realm to the we realm.
Me to we. Okay.
Yeah.
Any other less simple additions you want to add on into that, or I
Hmm.
mean, simplicity is elegance. I'm just curious if there's any more details you want to throw in there.
Yeah, yeah. I think that for me, community, the way I view things, community has traditionally been the container that carries the soul from cradle to casket. And when you're young in community, at least it was this way for me, a lot of people I observed, you tend to enter into a community in this like taking fashion.
Sure.
And you're taking inspiration, resources, and I think that's natural.
You got to be held. You got to
Yeah,
be fed,
yeah,
literally, or
yeah.
you will die.
Totally, totally. And then when you get to a certain level of maturation, I think then that orientation shifts from what can I take to what can I give and how can I serve my community, because you recognize that it carried you, it held you up and fed you to this point where now you have a little bit of power yourself. And I say power in like the best terms of it or the best
Sure.
connotations of it.
Energy to give, reciprocity, things
Exactly,
like that.
exactly. And so then it's time to complete the loop and serve your community.
The student becomes the teacher, etc.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Yes. Hopefully it's okay that I'm probing a little bit. It's
Bro.
nice to get into the real stuff.
Yeah, 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 totally.
Cool. So next question: what does your community service that you do for you? Like, how does it serve you?
Yeah, I love that you're asking this because there is a selfish side to community service.
Duh.
Yeah, it makes you feel good.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me feel good to help other people out. I've realized I have a need to serve my community because I like the feeling that it evokes. And another thing that it does is it's a meaning making activity. So,
What's that? What do you mean by that?
yeah, what do I mean by meaning making activity? Yeah, sometimes I think about the contents of my life and I go, why? Why has this been the contents of my life? Why did I have to go through that portal of difficulty oftentimes?
A formative experience.
Yeah, and for me, the answer that serves me, I'm not sure if it's right, but serves me, so it's got a utilitarian pragmatic purpose, is to think that, well, I made it through these portals so that I could help others through these portals.
Hmm.
And then it makes my life make more sense. And then once again, I get the good feelings of helping somebody else through a passage I've already went through.
It wasn't all for naught.
Yes.
Whatever experience gave
Exactly.
you that wisdom.
Exactly.
Yeah, I resonate with that for sure.
Yeah.
Cool. What about your if you're comfortable sharing, would you like talk about like what your day job is and like what that does for you
Yeah,
and
yeah.
with community service?
Yeah. So my current day job is I have a lot of hustles actually and a lot of day jobs.
I
But
said what
they're all related to serving.
okay.
So for what a lot of people know me as still is somebody that served in the homeless camp
Yeah,
reality.
that's what I was referring to.
Yeah, yeah, I know, I know. I've done that for over a decade.
A decade. Huh?
Yeah, yeah. And that was like a path that I didn't necessarily choose,
Mm-hmm.
although it chose me.
Sure.
And so a lot of times that meant when I was working in those realms was entering into those organizations and really being like an emotional support human, really helping implement systems of success for the unhoused. Like I tended to have two kind of roles in these organizations. I've worked for nonprofits and local government, been an activist, volunteer, and the two kind of realms is one is like really direct service, sitting in sessions with clients. And
Like support group kind of stuff, or?
yeah, a lot of one-on-one though.
Hmm.
Even more one-on-one. I've definitely done a lot of support group type of stuff too, and I was going to get to that with one of my other jobs.
Okay.
The other aspect though is really then thinking about it systemically, and how do you create systems that embody trauma-informed care, systems that set up people to actually succeed.
So, like, just to bring it back to the initial question,
Yeah.
does you
Yeah, that's a great word.
practicing this stuff kind of help, or giving this to others kind of help you practice it? Like the trauma-informed care, for example, like for yourself? Because the
Yeah.
original question was like, what does your community service do for you? So you
Mm.
get to engage with those practices.
It's absolutely a practice. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you can only help someone do the work to the depth that you've done the work yourself.
Yo.
And that is like a real big thermometer for honesty and authenticity
Oh yeah.
for me. And so it pushes me to really do the work consistently and constantly. So in my current iteration, I'm now doing trainings around trauma-informed care and communication through conflict. And it's so funny is because, like, I'm doing these trainings, and a friend lovingly called me out in the best way possible, maybe even called me in, and was like, Plaedo, are you really walking the talk in your own life? And I was like, dang, I got room for growth. And how am I going to teach these classes if I have a tendency towards avoiding courageous conversations myself? And so, for example, the past week, I've been going through these dockets with people in my life and having very tough, tender conversations every day to clear up that gunk from my own heart and my own head. And I'm so grateful that I work in a realm that inspires me to take on that work in my private, personal affairs.
In yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that answers the question quite well.
Okay, yeah. Because I just start rambling, so I'm trying not to ramble.
Oh no, and I hopefully it's okay that I kind of am guiding you towards.
You should. You're good
things.
at that, and I'm good at being guided. So,
Sweet.
yeah.
All right. Why do you engage in community service? I mean, what you just talked about totally serves that, but I'm just going through the questions we agreed on.
Yeah. I'll try to give you something different than a little talking boy. Two. I really feel that, I said it earlier, and I'm going to build off of it again, is community is the container that carries the soul from cradle to casket. And I think that we are herd animals. We're community-oriented creatures.
Oh yeah.
By no other fact than the fact that we have mirror neurons. And
Yeah, polyvagal theory has been blowing my mind in regards to the social cueing and how ingrained that is into our circuitry, essentially.
oh my gosh, I'm a nerd on that. I would love to hear what you're researching. So I'm sure that
Later.
yeah, but I feel like we live in a culture that, for various reasons, has been very individualistic and very based on kind of separation,
Me.
categorization. Yeah, we're very good at drawing lines in our culture. I mean, even our scientific theory, our scientific method, and understanding of the universe in a scientific way, that's very valuable to be able to draw those categorizations, like in biology, for example. But
it has its drawbacks as well.
It has its drawbacks,
especially
as
with
well,
psychology.
And we're a little unbalanced, I feel like, at this point in our society's history, and so it feels very worthwhile to me.
So circling it back to the why, is that related to why you're doing what you do? To part of it is because
I feel like that in itself is like a meta act of service, is helping orient our culture back towards each other and back towards the community. Because on another tangent, maybe this gets to why, there's lots of whys.
Of course.
Is that I feel like we are in really intense times globally, historically. And I think that the way through that is by necessity going to involve us depending on each other and reorienting back towards each other and realize that we need each other, and it feels really valuable to me to dedicate my life towards that project.
Heard. to quote the kids these days or whatever. Cool. Next question. Yeah, I actually already answered that, so I'm going to skip it because I have a brain. It was, what kind of community service do you practice? Or do you want to answer the question, what kind of community service do you practice?
I mean, I practice a lot. I answered a few, you know.
What are some other ones?
Things I do, yeah. So I manage a community garden that teaches natural gardening skills in the Bethel neighborhood, which is like a lower working class neighborhood or working class neighborhood. And Eugene is so known for like permaculture gardening and stuff. And
Sure.
so I wanted to take that class to part of town that doesn't necessarily have that representation as strong, and really help people learn to live in harmony with the earth and each other again. And so every summer we have a gardening class where it's like, all right, let's learn how to live in harmony with the earth again and grow food together again. It's cool. It's a community garden, but instead of everybody having their own little individual plot, I'm like, no. We all take care of the whole garden together. So I do that. I host gatherings, like we're having a gathering at my house this Friday that's gonna be a mix between like ecstatic dance DJs, like wizard level lyricist MCs, and we're gonna have a sound bath at the end, and game table, and an art station, and a food table. And I really love to create little opportunities for people to connect. And that brings so much joy in my heart to create these shared experiences, or at least the platform for shared experiences.
I use the term stage, creating stage for it to happen.
I love that. I'm going to say that now.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Any other community services or aspects you practice that you haven't already stated?
I mentor a lot of younger people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when I was young, I didn't have people opening doors for me. I moved a lot. I think a lot of my there's this great quote by Joseph Campbell that says, "Where you stumble, there lies your treasure." And so I grew up with a very small family. I was adopted. I was always the new kid with my adopted family. And my entire childhood, I felt like I lacked community and connection. And now as an adult, I have so much joy opening doors in places that were never open for me. And I was like, I made it through. Let me help out the young homies, my little bros and little sisses. And I love being like Uncle Plaedo and Papa Plaedo to a whole herd of humans. And
soften the landing a bit.
Yeah, and just kind of be that mentor figure. It's one of the best parts of growing older, I think.
Sharing your wisdom.
Yeah.
If they choose to listen to it.
Yeah. That's something that I've come to accept. It's like, if they don't want my wisdom, that's fine. Go find some other wisdom if you want it. Mm-hmm. But if you want it from me, then that feels resonant, then let's go.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've definitely enjoyed your play shops, and I enjoyed that community building event last week. That's what motivated me to ask you here now.
Cool. Cody and I are doing one in Portland this week.
Sweet.
This Saturday.
Happy to propel it if I can.
Yeah, well, if you want to come up to Portland Saturday.
I was referring to marketing for y'all.
I know.
I probably got my own stuff going on.
No, but I would definitely love the help in Eugene on that, because it's a lot more popular in Portland than Eugene.
Yeah.
Part of it's like I'm known for one kind of community organizing, or a couple kinds, but not this kind.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to establish more of a presence in that way and bring people together in that format too.
Yeah, that leads into maybe the last question nicely. Like, how do you see your future progressing in your practice of your community service for Eugene?
I would like to see me approach my community organizing at ever increased levels of awareness and ever increasing.
Define awareness for me. I'm just gonna probe you a little bit.
Yeah. I think that whatever it is in life, it starts at awareness. So how can I continuously expand my awareness? And when working with a client, that might mean how can I extend my capacity for empathy? And I think of empathy as a form of awareness.
Oh yeah.
So how do I like get more embodied, more sensitive, more presence that I can bring to this work that I do? I don't think that the kind of community service and organizing that I do will change, but I hope the quality of it continuously improves and grows.
Cool.
Yeah.
Can I get one more goal?
Yeah.
Like you talked before about essentially the impact you wanted to have on our micro and macro community. Like, how do you want to, like, yeah, no holds barred, like from reality, like in 5 years, like what kind of impact would you have liked to have had on, say, like America in our
Yeah.
individualism or whatever?
Yeah, I think that if I can increase our capacity to show up for each other in a loving, empathetic way, then I will have succeeded. If I can help with trauma healing in our community and help various healers that are also working on that with anything I might have to offer, any truths from my experience gleaned, I would like to share that and continuously help create an environment in our community that's really conducive towards healing and connection.
And all of the definitions of it.
Yes.
Cool. That sounds freaking great.
Good. I hope that was a good interview.
Cool. Anything else you want to share with the internet before we close?
About the internet.
Anything you want to share with the internet? Like, people on the internet will be watching this, so that's who you will be. Anything you want to say to them? Maybe event coming up, or ways to get a hold of you?
What I would like to say is check out my business, Adaptive Edge. I was actually working on the website for a good chunk of my morning so I can get better at promote, or I can have more effective ways of communicating this business. But I really hope to serve people through organizing events and play shops that bring people together, as well as increase people's capacity for coming together in authentic, healthy ways.
Cool. Well, maybe I'll book you for the Jingle Jam coming up that I'm co-producing. Okay. Onward and upward.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for your time, and yeah, we'll see you around.
Yeah. Much love.